Family. It's the bedrock of our lives, the foundation upon which we build our world. The kitchen, often dubbed the heart of the home, becomes a stage where this vibrant tapestry of family life unfolds. Breakfast aromas mingle with the chatter of loved ones, creating a symphony of familiar sounds that resonate with comfort and warmth. Within these walls, stories are shared, laughter echoes, and the bond between family members strengthens with each passing moment. Parents navigate the beautiful chaos of raising children, their days a blend of tender moments and comical mishaps. The generational dance continues as grandparents, brimming with wisdom and love, add their unique rhythm to the family orchestra. It's in these shared spaces, amidst the everyday routines and spontaneous bursts of laughter, that the true essence of family shines brightest. It's a reminder that amidst the complexities of life, the simple joys of togetherness are the ones that truly nourish the soul. 10. Birthdays. These aren't just dates circled on a calendar. They are vibrant celebrations of life, love, and the unbreakable bonds that unite us. Each birthday marks a milestone, a moment to pause and reflect on the journey so far while eagerly anticipating the adventures yet to come. They are occasions filled with laughter, heartfelt wishes, and the warmth of shared memories. For children, birthdays are magical days filled with colorful decorations, mountains of presents, and the pure joy of being surrounded by friends and family. As we grow older, birthdays take on a different but no less significant meaning. They become opportunities to appreciate the love of our families, the value of cherished friendships, and the lessons learned along life's winding path. Each candle on the cake represents a year filled with unique experiences, shaping us into the individuals we are today. Birthdays remind us to cherish the present moment, to express gratitude for the gift of life, and to embrace the future with open arms and hearts full of hope. In the bustling household of Professor Jack, a very special birthday is about to unfold. Jack, a man dedicated to his students and deeply devoted to his family, is about to experience a day filled with heartwarming surprises, unexpected chaos, and the enduring love that defines his world. As the sun gently rises, casting its golden rays across the city, Jack's family prepares to shower him with love and affection. Little do they know, this birthday will be a poignant reminder of the importance of family, the delicate balance between work and life, and the enduring power of love in the face of life's inevitable challenges. Get ready to step into the world of the professor's life and witness the unfolding of a very special birthday, one that will touch your heart and remind you of the simple yet profound joys of life, love, and family. The first rays of dawn peeked through the curtains, painting Jack's bedroom in a soft, warm glow. It was a day like any other, yet there was a palpable sense of anticipation in the air. His family was already awake, their hushed whispers forming a symphony of excitement. Rachel, Jack's wife, tiptoed around the kitchen, her movements as graceful as a ballerina. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingled with the sweet scent of baking pancakes.
Shh, kids, let's make this the best birthday ever for Dad.
And so the stage was set for a day where love, laughter, and family took center stage. Breakfast in bed was a cherished birthday tradition in the professor's household.
Rachel carefully arranged the breakfast tray, her heart swelling with love. A stack of fluffy pancakes, adorned with whipped cream and sprinkles, took center stage.
The children carefully carried the tray, their eyes sparkling with anticipation. They knew these moments would be cherished memories of love and togetherness. The bedroom door creaked open, revealing Jack, still lost in the embrace of slumber. He lay beneath the warmth of the duvet, his face relaxed, his chest rising and falling in a steady rhythm. The sight of their father, so peaceful and unguarded, brought a smile to the children's faces, melting away any lingering apprehension they might have felt.
"Happy birthday, Daddy!" They chimed in unison, their voices a chorus of pure, unadulterated love.
The sound, soft as it was, pierced through the veil of Jack's sleep, pulling him gently back to the world of the waking. Jack's eyes fluttered open, adjusting to the soft morning light that streamed through the window. A warm smile spread across his face as he registered the sight before him. His beautiful wife, his adorable children, and a breakfast tray that could rival the most decadent buffet. It was the perfect start to his special day, a reminder that he was surrounded by love, pure and unconditional.
Rachel leaned down, pressing a tender kiss to Jack's lips. "Happy birthday, my love," she whispered, her voice husky with emotion. "We have so many wonderful things planned for you today."
Jack's heart swelled with gratitude. He was a lucky man, he knew that. He had a wife who loved him fiercely, children who brought joy to his life, and a career that he was passionate about. What more could a man ask for?
"Thank you," he murmured, pulling Rachel and the children into a warm embrace. "This is the best birthday present ever."
As the family gathered around the bed, sharing laughter and bites of pancakes, Jack couldn't shake the feeling that this birthday was going to be different. It wasn't just the thoughtful gifts or the delicious food. It was the feeling in the air, a sense of anticipation that thrummed beneath the surface of their everyday lives. It was as if the universe itself was conspiring to make this a birthday to remember. The remnants of breakfast lingered on the table, a testament to the joyful chaos that had just unfolded. The air, still thick with the aroma of coffee and maple syrup, held a fragile peace. Jack leisurely sipped his coffee, stealing glances at Rachel, who was already clearing the table. The children were now engrossed in their own little worlds. The calm, however, was deceptive, like the quiet before a summer thunderstorm. And then it hit. A high-pitched shriek from Emily shattered the peaceful quietude.
Mom, I can't find my math homework. I swear I put it in my bag last night.
Her voice, shrill with panic, was like a starting pistol, setting off a chain reaction of chaos that quickly engulfed the entire kitchen. Ethan, startled by his sister's sudden outburst, knocked over his carefully constructed tower, sending colorful blocks scattering across the floor with a resounding crash. His bottom lip trembled precariously as he surveyed the wreckage, tears welling up in his big brown eyes.
"Emily, honey, calm down. We'll find your homework. Ethan, sweetheart, don't cry. We can build another tower, a bigger and better one."
Her voice, though laced with a hint of urgency, was a soothing balm in the midst of the escalating chaos. Jack, witnessing the unfolding pandemonium from his vantage point at the table, couldn't help but chuckle. It was a familiar scene, this morning dance of chaos and affection, and despite the momentary stress it induced, he wouldn't have it any other way. As if on cue, a new wave of chaos crashed upon them. Jack's mother-in-law, bless her well-meaning soul, chose this precise moment to make her grand entrance, carrying a vase filled with a riot of brightly colored flowers. She had, in her own words, popped in to wish her favorite son-in-law a very happy birthday. However, her grand entrance was somewhat less than graceful. Her arms, laden with the oversized vase, collided with the back of Emily, who was still frantically searching for her missing homework. The vase wobbled precariously, its precious contents threatening to spill onto the kitchen floor.
"Oh dear, I'm so sorry, dear. I didn't see you there."
It's okay, Grandma, I'm okay, but the vase...
Her words were cut short as the vase, unable to defy gravity any longer, tipped over, sending a cascade of water and colorful blooms crashing to the floor. The sound of shattering glass mingled with the gasps of dismay, creating a symphony of chaos that seemed to reverberate through the very foundations of the house. For a moment, time seemed to stand still. Everyone froze, their eyes wide with shock. And then Jack caught Rachel's eye across the room.
"Softly, Jack."
A look that spoke volumes, acknowledging the absurdity of the situation. A smile born of shared experience, finding humor in chaos. The breakfast dishes were cleared, the children dispatched to school. Jack grappled with a different kind of chaos in his home office. The rejection letter lay on his desk like a bad omen. It was from the academic journal he had submitted his research to.
Murmuring, "We regret to inform you."
The words seemed to mock him, piercing his academic confidence. The insistent chime of his computer announced the start of his first online class of the day, momentarily pulling him away from his brooding. Jack, ever the professional, quickly donned his teaching persona, pasting on a bright smile as he greeted his students on the screen. But the weight of the rejection letter remained, a heavy cloak draped over his shoulders, threatening to suffocate his usual enthusiasm. The virtual classroom, once a novelty, was now a tiresome necessity. Gone were the days of face-to-face interactions, the lively debates that sparked from unexpected questions, the shared laughter that echoed through the lecture hall.
Distractedly. Good morning, Professor.
In their place was a grid of faces, some attentive, some distracted, separated by miles of digital space and a palpable lack of human connection. Jack tried to inject his usual energy into the lecture, but the words felt flat, devoid of their usual passion. The students, sensing his distraction, were even more restless than usual. Technical glitches, a constant bane of online teaching, reared their ugly heads, interrupting the flow of the lesson and adding to the general sense of frustration. Meanwhile, across town, in the sleek, modern office building that housed her marketing firm, Rachel was facing her own set of professional challenges. The air crackled with a different kind of tension, a subtle undercurrent of office politics that threatened to derail her carefully laid plans. She had been tasked with leading a high-profile marketing campaign, a project that had the potential to catapult her career to new heights. But success, she was quickly learning, was often a team effort, and her team was proving to be more challenging than she had anticipated.
Mark, the ambitious junior executive, eager to prove himself and prone to overstepping boundaries. And then there was Susan, the seasoned veteran, set in her ways and resistant to change.
Navigating their conflicting personalities, managing their expectations, and keeping the project on track required all of Rachel's considerable diplomacy and tact. As the morning wore on, Jack and Rachel found themselves in a delicate balancing act, juggling professional demands with family needs. It was a familiar dance for working parents, this constant negotiation between personal and professional life. Amidst the chaos, there were moments of grace, of shared laughter and quiet understanding. Jack and Rachel were a team, bound by love, determined to create a successful and fulfilling life. They knew they would navigate challenges and cherish joyful moments. The familiar rumble of the school bus pulling away signaled the end of another school day. Emily and Ethan trudged up the driveway, their faces etched with weariness. The hybrid learning model had taken its toll, leaving them exhausted and disconnected.
Gone were the days of carefree laughter and whispered secrets shared between classes.
In their place was a sterile world of online lectures and pixelated faces. Emily struggled to focus during online lessons. The distractions of home made it difficult for her to absorb the information. Ethan found the whole experience boring and frustrating. Jack, his own work put aside for the moment, greeted his children with a warm smile and a plate of freshly baked cookies. He had always made it a priority to be present for his children, to create a space where they felt safe to share their triumphs and tribulations. He knew that the hybrid learning model was tough on them, and he was determined to do whatever he could to make things a little easier.
So, how was school today?
He watched as Emily slumped onto the couch, her shoulders drooping with exhaustion, and Ethan kicked off his shoes with a dramatic sigh. Their body language spoke volumes, hinting at a day filled with frustration and fatigue.
It was okay. We had a math test today, and I don't think I did very well. It's not fair. Why can't we go to school every day like we used to?
Jack's heart ached for his children. He understood their frustration, their longing for the normalcy of pre-pandemic life. He, too, missed the energy of the classroom, the intellectual stimulation of face-to-face interactions. "Come on, kids," Jack said, ushering them towards the dining table, which he had transformed into a makeshift study space.
Let's see if we can tackle this homework together.
He spread out their books and papers, his mind already calculating fractions and conjugating verbs. He took a sip of his now cold coffee, hoping to jumpstart his brain, which was still foggy from the weight of his own work. Just as he was settling into the rhythm of explaining long division to a bewildered Ethan, his phone buzzed with an incoming email notification. It was from his department head, reminding him of an upcoming deadline for a grant proposal. A wave of guilt washed over him. He had completely forgotten about the proposal, too caught up in the chaos of the morning and the needs of his children. He glanced at his children, their heads bent over their workbooks, their brows furrowed in concentration. He hated to interrupt their study time, but he knew he couldn't ignore the email either. The grant was important, not just for his career, but for the future of his research. He quickly typed out a response to his department head, assuring him that he was on top of the proposal and would have it submitted well before the deadline. He silenced his phone, determined to carve out this precious time with his children to create a sanctuary from the ever-present demands of work. He took a deep breath, pushing aside the nagging worry about the grant, and refocused his attention on his children. He listened patiently as Emily explained her struggles with fractions, offering encouragement and guidance. He helped Ethan sound out the letters in his spelling words, praising his efforts and celebrating his small victories. In that moment, surrounded by scattered textbooks, half-eaten cookies, and the sound of his children's laughter, Jack felt a profound sense of peace. The weight of rejection, the pressures of work, the challenges of the hybrid learning model all faded into the background. All that mattered was this: the simple joy of being present with his children, of sharing their laughter and their tears, of being their rock in a world that often felt chaotic and uncertain.
The afternoon sun cast long shadows across Jack's home office. He was deeply engrossed in his work when a cacophony erupted from downstairs. At first, he tried to ignore it, attributing the commotion to his energetic children. But the sounds grew louder, punctuated by his mother-in-law's distinctive laughter.
With a sigh, Jack pushed back from his desk. He descended the stairs, bracing himself for the chaos. In the kitchen, his mother-in-law stood surrounded by the remnants of an elaborate birthday cake. The cake lay in a heap on the kitchen floor, its frosting smeared across the tiles. Ethan, covered in chocolate, stood frozen, looking guilty. Emily tried to mop up the mess, giggling.
"Oh, Jack, I brought this cake, but we had a mishap."
Jack laughed. He hugged Ethan, avoiding the chocolate.
Jack, it's okay, buddy. Accidents happen.
Emily joined in the laughter. The spirit of the occasion remained intact. That evening, the family gathered at Jack's favorite Italian restaurant, a cozy little place with red checkered tablecloths and the aroma of garlic and oregano wafting through the air. The conversation flowed easily, punctuated by laughter and shared stories. Emily regaled them with tales of her latest school project, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. And that's why you should always have a spare cake, just in case. The family laughed, their spirits lifted by the warmth of shared moments and the promise of many more to come. As the evening drew to a close, the waiter appeared, bearing a single flickering candle.
"Happy birthday, sir," he said warmly.
Jack smiled, touched by the gesture. He closed his eyes, making a silent wish for his family.
"To family," he said, raising his glass. The glasses clinked, a symphony of love and gratitude.
The drive home was filled with the comforting sounds of a family at ease. Emily and Ethan chattered excitedly about the evening's adventures. Rachel offered a warm smile, a silent acknowledgement of their shared journey. As Jack steered the car through the quiet streets, his mind drifted back over the day. The heartwarming dinner with his family, a day of contrasts. Later, as the children slumbered peacefully, Jack and Rachel found solace in their quiet intimacy.
"You seem distant tonight," Rachel murmured, her voice barely a whisper, as she nestled closer to Jack, her head resting contentedly on his chest. She had always possessed an uncanny ability to sense his moods, to see through the carefully constructed walls he sometimes erected around his heart.
Jack sighed, the sound heavy with unspoken anxieties.
"It's nothing, just work stress," he replied, hoping his dismissive tone would suffice.
But Rachel, wise and perceptive as ever, saw through his facade.
"It's more than that, Jack," she said gently, her fingers tracing soothing circles on his arm. I saw the way you looked at that rejection letter, the way your shoulders slumped when you thought no one was watching.
Her words, spoken with such love and concern, pierced through the armor he had so carefully constructed. He turned to face her, his eyes reflecting a vulnerability he rarely allowed himself to show.
It's just another year older, another rejection, another reminder that time is slipping away, he confessed, his voice barely audible.
Section 3. A Symphony of Love.
Rachel listened patiently, her silence more comforting than any words she could offer. When he was finished, she took his hand in hers, her touch grounding him. Each line on your face tells a story, each silver hair a testament to a life well lived.
But what if I haven't accomplished enough? He asked. You have a family who adores you, students who are inspired by you. Success is in the love shared with family, the difference made in students' lives. As they lay there, enveloped in the comfortable silence, a soft knock on the door heralded the evening's final surprise.
We made this all by ourselves. Happy birthday, Daddy.
Emily and Ethan tiptoed into the room, carrying a tray laden with homemade treasures. A lopsided chocolate cake, its frosting smeared, took center stage, surrounded by hand-drawn cards and clumsily wrapped gifts. The sight of his children, their eyes shining with love and pride, filled Jack with joy. Jack gathered his children into his arms, their small bodies warm and comforting. As he blew out the candles, he made a wish for many more birthdays surrounded by family. As the candles flickered, Jack felt a profound sense of peace settle over him. It was a peace born of love, the kind that could weather any storm. The echoes of laughter, the warmth of his children's hugs, these were the things that truly mattered.
You know, I think this is the best birthday we've ever had.
In that moment, he realized he wouldn't trade a single love-filled moment of his life. Life, he realized, wasn't about grand gestures or earth-shattering accomplishments. It was about the quiet conversations shared over cups of lukewarm coffee, the comforting rituals of bedtime stories and goodnight kisses, the way Rachel's hand fit perfectly in his, a silent language of love spoken through years of shared experiences.
It's the little things, isn't it?
It was about the way Emily's eyes sparkled with intellectual curiosity, the infectious joy in Ethan's laughter, the unwavering support of his mother-in-law, even when her well-intentioned gestures went hilariously awry. It was about the messy, chaotic, utterly perfect symphony of family life, a melody that played out every day in kitchens and living rooms and bedrooms across the world. Jack closed his eyes, committing this moment to memory, etching the image of his family's smiling faces onto his heart. He vowed to carry this feeling of contentment with him, a reminder that amidst the inevitable challenges and disappointments of life, there was always beauty to be found in the ordinary, in the simple yet profound act of loving and being loved. The professor's life wasn't just a story about a birthday. It was a reflection on the universal experiences that bind us together. Life is a precious gift, a tapestry woven from countless threads of laughter, love, and loss.
You know, life really is beautiful, isn't it?
It was a celebration of the ordinary and the extraordinary, the moments that make us laugh, cry, and everything in between.